myself, Renee Burgess, presenting an award to Dr. Ethel Hasty, who's our superintendent of the Irvington schools. However, she wasn't able to be here, so in her absence, we asked Assistant Superintendent Reggie Lamptey to accept in her absence. Now, I kind of wrote something. Yes, let's give him a round of applause. Reason being is because Dr. Hasty is such an incredible person and has such a track record, I really didn't want to forget anything. So I'm going to begin. I am very excited to be here amongst all the honorees and attendees this evening. I'm presenting an award to a well-accomplished woman who is beautiful both inside and out. Dr. Ethel Hasty, who is beautiful both inside and out, Dr. Ethel Hasty. I have truly enjoyed working with her not only as a student, but as a colleague sitting on the Board of Ed since 2003. In her own words, she described herself, I quote, "I am likable, industrious, competent, and very well organized as it relates to my work. I am also no nonsense when it comes to my high expectations for student success. I pride myself on being fair, humane, and an excellent leader. I believe in working hard to ensure success." Dr. Ethel Hasty began her journey here in the district in 1987 as the supervisor of language arts. In July 93, she became vice principal. September 95, acting principal. December 96, high school principal. July 2005, interim superintendent. And in April 2006, she became the superintendent of the Irvington Public Schools. In this role, she has been responsible for governing the district and ensuring the effective teaching and learning occurred in our entire school district. She's led the district in making decisions that related to personnel issues, finance, curriculum and instruction, educational facilities, as well as building solid relationships with both parents and administration. She obtained her doctorate at Walden University. She is truly a woman I admire, and I am delighted to be able to honor her tonight on behalf of the Tony Vauss Civic Association with this award for her outstanding accomplishment. Please, in her absence, let's give her a round of applause for her and Mr. Lamptey.
I accept this humbly for Dr. Hasty, and I'm not going to try to give you a speech because I'm not going to do her good. So let's just say we appreciate the Tony Vauss Civic Association for this award, and Dr. Hasty and the rest of us, thank you very much.
We have a great man who has done so much for the township of Irvington, and I am honored to have him come up on stage tonight to present his wife with an award, Mary Kay Consultant by Seema Beasley. He will also be accepting an award on her behalf. Let's give a round of applause for Freeholder Councilman Bilal Beasley.
How you doing? Thank you. It's really an honor and a pleasure to be here, walking in, seeing so many of Irvington's finest, seeing our seniors, and certainly giving credit to Tony Vauss and his abilities that he established as a leader. I looked at that poster coming in, and it talked about the leaders of the future, and me and Levy kind of share over the years the importance of continuity of leadership, representing generational leadership. And Renee talks about being there in 2003. I remember her father in 1980. And certainly Senator Rice, we know the days when a lot of foundation was built. I'm certainly proud to be a part of Irvington's family, the things and the challenges that we take and how we work together. Senator Rice, and I think Ralph mentioned a lot about team. It's so important. As an acronym, team could stand for together, everyone achieves more. And we certainly have laid a foundation in which Tony Vauss and many of those that are current, and we have district leaders here, we have so many of our people here that represent state, local, county government. I've seen my leader in the county, I've seen her name, and I've seen her wonderful daughter over there. But Bonnie and Sharon and Ralph and certainly the senator knows that many of you here represent the heart and soul of Irvington. The importance of each one teaching one. Certainly the qualities of Tony Vauss has been demonstrated, because I think sometimes the qualities of a good leader is that they've established themselves as being a good follower. One who, takes up the challenge and the responsibility and earns their stripes. Tony, as Ralph and us talked about over time, his political stock has gone up tremendously. And I'm here to tell you, it's a good investment. Invest in Tony Vauss. I'm here, my wife working and having meetings and kind of nudge her to get here, but then I wanted to make sure that family was here. And I'd like to call up my daughter, and I'd like to call up Akbar. I'd like to call them to her. Come on. Y'all going to accept on behalf of your mother. The thing about Tony, many of you know who work with him, whether it's in the school board, community, housing. He has that demeanor about him that makes it easier to work with him and try to get things done. We've had many conversations, and Levy and I, we always talk about the difference between a boss and a leader. Boss tells you what to do, leader shows you what to do. And that's what Tony Vauss is. He's a leader. I'm going to, on behalf of my better half, Hasima and I have, I was at Blondie and Lewis's 50th anniversary. That wasn't too long ago. I told her I could never catch up with her, but I'm certainly proud. I told her me and Hasima's 48th anniversary was in February. And Hasima and I, when it came to community service, pretty much started with being PTA parents. I think from Lane Spencer and the days of Union Avenue, and people like Carrie Patterson and certainly many others. And then Cal, to see Cal up here and hear Doc talking about that, it just shows you that 25 years seemed like it was yesterday. But Basim and I have been district leaders for about 28 years. And between the PTA and at that time, having an elected PTA, kind of grew from being involved in the block and being involved with the PTA, and certainly meeting people like Jim Jenkins and Ron Rice back in the day. There was a lot of taxation without representation back there. So we had to work on that. But Basima, we've been district leaders, Democratic district leaders, for about 28 years. And I've said many times that, when the results came out, many times Basima received more votes than I did. I always thought that it was that smile and everything that's so amenable about her. But we had the pleasure of our union of producing some fine children. This young lady here, she always likes to let everybody know she's our only daughter. She's like a rose between thorns at times. But I'm going to present this. So I was going to ask Jamila and Abba to receive this on her behalf. It says the Community Service Award is presented to Mary Kay Consultant Hasima Beasley for your outstanding commitment to the residents in the Township of Irvington. Presented Thursday, May 3rd, 2012. I'd like to thank Tony Vauss. Again, one of Hasima's motivations, even as a Mary Kay consultant, is that you put God first, family second, community has been disturbed. Thank you. And
All right, last but not least, I almost feel like this individual deserves an award, but that's just how humble he is, because he does so much for our community. He really doesn't ask for a lot, but he deserves so much. You know, I believe he helped so many of us through our goals and through our trials, especially with a lot of elections we've been going through. It's not enough I can say about this next individual, except that he is the president of his own civic association, and I also had the distinct pleasure of serving on the Irvington Board of Education as him being our president, which he has brought us through so many great trials and tribulations. And I also want to thank the board, because I think we work well together. So with no further ado, we have Mr. Tony Vauss, President Tony Vauss, presenting our next award to the First Lady, I like to call her, Miss Councilwoman Levy Jones.
Thank you, Renee. First, let me give Renee a round of applause. She's been an excellent host, so please give her a round of applause. Well, Renee wasn't joking when she said the First Lady of the Council. I'm going to say this young lady, because if I don't say young lady, I'm sure I'll be in trouble tonight. So I'm going to say this young lady has taught us so much about being in the business of politics. And politics is not an easy business. You know, when I first got into this, I wasn't used to people just talking about you for no reason. You know, I had to adjust to that. I said, I don't know you. You're talking about me, you know. But, you know, she always talked to us and let us know that the important thing is getting things done. And if you're not getting things done, then you shouldn't be in this business. And that's why I wanted to introduce, I know the mayor was here earlier. He said he had to run and come back. But I found it not robbery to introduce my mentor, the leader, First Lady of the Council, the Honorable Levy C. Jones.
Thank you, Tony. I truly appreciate that you decided in your civic association to honor me. I hope that I am worthy of accepting this award. But I do want to say, and I look around at many people that over the last 30 years that I have worked with, but in particularly, Board of Education people. I sat on that board in 1990. As Mr. Beasley stated, there were no representation of the community. And I, with my big mouth, did not have the support of the board, but what I say, I will tell the people. And by telling the people, that I look around at the faces who have benefited and live in Irvington and work for the Irvington Board of Education. It's behind the door that things happen in boards of education, and Tony is president, and those other 8 members, you play an important part. As the chief of police stated, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So you didn't get there because how smart you were. You got there because people had your best interests at hand. And I am happy to be a part of Irvington. And I am going to continue to be a part of Irvington. My mission in life is to serve. I ask for nothing but to serve you. And you, in return, has given me gratitude in terms of accepting my service and appreciation. But Tony, I did not stand here to fuss like I usually do. But I just want you to know that you have a leadership ability. You're in a position to do all kinds of changes for our children and the community. I sit on the municipal council. If it's not right for the citizens of Irvington, I speak out. And that's what a leader is supposed to do. I don't have any way, but God gave me a mouth. And I make sure If Irvington residents are not being serviced, then just do. I speak out. And I want you to be that type of leader for the simple reason you can go to bed at night and know that you have done your job. And I'm going to sit down, but I thank you so much, and all of you, to keep talking and working, and we can do a lot for Irvington, and follow that young leadership. I've been over 30-some years, I'm getting tired, I don't run like I used to. But we have a lot of young faces in here. We have age in terms of knowledge. Let's use all of it and make Irvington a better place. And Tony, thank you so very, very much.